Jeremiah Fears and Derik Queen, two key important pieces for the Pelicans this season, and we got to talk about what we should expect out of these rookies this season and you're gonna need it. So y'all know what to do. Cue my music!
This is the Pelican Scoop with Jordan Kitchens, breaking down everything under the sun about your New Orleans Pelicans. Smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to stay on top of your Pels content. Now, running point, here's Jordan.
What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of the Pelican Scoop. I am your host with the most, Jordan Kitchens, and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I know you ain't seen my face in a minute. No, you ain't seen a video in a minute. And look. It ain't I would just took a break. All right, where it was at that point in the off season where you're so far from the start of the season, with training camp, media day, and anything, and you're so far removed from the summer league and the draft and all this. So you're running out of topics to talk about. You're running out of topics to talk about, and I just felt like, man, I was just sitting here, just scrape, like, you know what? But now we're starting to ramp it back up. Training camp starts at the end of this month, and the season starts next month. So we're here. So we're going to dive into, we're starting to do our little breakdowns and what we should expect. And so this year I really want to come out and give my expectations for players. I already talked about this in previous videos, but it's been a minute. So I want to give my expectations of what I should expect out of these guys this year. And it's only right we start off with the most controversial player on the team. Well, outside of Zion Williamson, the second most controversial player in the team. And then you got an 18-year-old in Jeremiah Fears. I think he might be turning 19 soon, so we'll see about that. I'll go look into that. But at the same time, these two guys, you're going to need them. And not only in spending premium draft capital to get Derik Queen, but also Jeremiah Fears was a top 10 pick, and he just slowly gets put to the wayside a little bit because Derik Queen he just attracts all of this attention, and he will. So this season really is predicated to these boys going to have to sink or swim. And the reason why I'm coming out so strong and saying that they need to be contributors off rip, let me just read you the Pelicans bench, quote unquote, this season. So this is who I have labeled as bench players for the Pelicans this season: Jose Alvarado, Saddiq Bey, Jordan Hawkins, Looney. You know, it either could be Looney or it could be Misi. We'll see which way Willie Green wants to go. Does he want to, do a type of platoon swap or whatever, or it's more like, all right, matchup based? We will see. But I think Misi is the starter. But, a lot of people want Misi to come out the bench for Looney, but I'm not in that group. So like I say, Looney, Carlo, Fears, Queen, Makai Peavy. That's your bench. So off reading that, yes, Jeremiah Fears and Derik Queen will be in the mix. Now, how much off rip in the beginning, we shall see. Willie Green's not going to give them much off rip. But also, we got to preface, Derik Queen probably won't be back for like the first couple games and maybe like the first couple weeks of the season. He's dealing with his wrist surgery. But listen, man, Derik Queen has been in the gym. I know people want to, he's sloppy, summer league, blah, blah. And I feel like the summer league stuff is so overblown because not only was the Pelicans bad during the summer league, like they were just bad. They didn't win a game. They did not win a game. Not only was the team bad, what the few bright spots was Queen and Fears. Trey Alexander was hit or miss every now and then. Lester Quinones got picked up by somebody else. But other than that, Queen had his ups and downs. Fears had his ups and downs. But I just feel like Queen just gets puts on such a pedestal and a microscope. It's like, God damn, like, oh my goodness. But it's not his fault. It's not his fault. But this is what Joe Dumas has brought upon this young man, and he's going to have to sink or swim. So, off reading that bench, it's a real far cry from where the bench used to be in the Pelicans' 49-win season. But back then, you also had Dyson Daniels and Trey Murphy predominantly coming off the bench that year. So, you had two starters, one All-NBA defensive player who probably should have won Defensive Player of the Year coming off the bench, and Trey Murphy, who, if you ask me, is going to be when it's all said and done, probably be a 3 to 4 time All-Star. So, you had those guys coming off your bench. You don't have that no more. You don't have that luxury in a season where you have to make the playoffs. And I already told you, I'm going to say that in every damn video. You have to make the playoffs. So let's just start our expectations there. That needs to be the floor, is playoffs. It don't matter how you get in. You can get into the play-in. I don't give a damn how you get in at this point. Usually I don't want to go. I would like to avoid the play-in. But the Western Conference is a beast. Trust me, we're going to do a Western Conference breakdown very soon. Probably sometime this week. We're going to do a Western Conference breakdown so I can really, 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 really show you guys that, hey, man, making it through the play-in, it will not be all that bad this year. Now, years in the past, because you're already labeled to be a bottom feeder. Already. people have already written off this Pelicans team. That's why, and I'm not condoning. I was about to call him David Griffin. I almost disrespected you so crazy, Polo Joe, by calling you Griff. It's like I got a symbiote, like I'm Venom or something. I almost like started twitching a little bit just thinking about Griff. I was like, David, no. But Polo Joe, he went ahead and did that, and we got to live and die by it. So it is what it is. So you can keep sitting here crying, oh, yeah. It's over and done, brother, for months. So we just got to deal with it is what it is. All right, I told you guys already know. You're a Pelicans fan. You already know there's a toxic relationship. This should be nothing new to you. It shouldn't be. But at this point, these are the soldiers you got, and we got to go to war. And a situation where it can get nuclear very fast. I mean by nuclear, like Zion Williamson go down with an injury. Because, I'm talking about the two rookies and what their impact should be on this season. We're going to get to them. But I can't preface this enough. None of this matters if number one is not leading the charge. None of this matters. Jeremiah Fears doesn't matter. Trey Murphy doesn't matter. Derik Queen doesn't matter. Herb Jones, none of them. None of them matter if number one is not driving the ship. No ifs and buts about it. This is the time where he has to be the guy. He has to be the king that was promised. That's the only way this team will not sink, is if number one is the king that was promised. Simple as that. You're looking at year 7. If it's now, it's never. This is the season. So I just want to put that out there. We can keep talking about all these, is Willie Green going to do this, or is Trey Murphy? Who cares? If number one's not there, if number one's not producing, if number one's not on the court, if number one's not playing over 65 games, you can kiss it goodbye. Mail it in. It's over. Simple as that. And look, people might not want to hear that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Your best player has to be the best player on the team for this team to do anything. If they want to be any type of life in the Western Conference, number one has to play. I'm not worried about like how's he going to be on the court. We seen when he's on the court, he's a baller. All right, no matter how you want to chop it up, he's really good. And that's why they've been dealing with this BS for so long. But we can talk about Jeremiah Fears and talk about Derik Queen, but I just cannot preface this enough. It will not matter if number one's not out there. So Jeremiah Fears, if I'm coming out and saying this on September 16th, 2025, all right, this is where I want my base ground to be. And I want to like to revisit these videos. So y'all hold me tight. We're going to revisit this. That's why I'm bringing out. It takes a man to go out there and put his what he's expecting and not just wait till things play out and be like, oh, yeah, I said this and this. No, so this is what I'm saying before the season even starts. Now, my expectation for Jeremiah Fears this season, I expect a lot of ups and downs. I expect some very highs, and I expect some really, really lows, right? You're talking about a turnover-prone young point guard. I mean, extremely young. All right, this dude's supposed to be going into his freshman year of college. All right, he reclassified a year early in high school, so his senior year of high school was his freshman year of college. So I'm expecting, and he was dealing with turnover problems and shooting the three. Now I'm expecting him, and he had turnover problems in the summer league. So I'm expecting Willie to give him a leash long enough to hang himself, basically. He's going to put him out there, and the first sign that Fears will be struggling or he's getting too many turnovers in a stretch, they're going to yank him. They're going to yank him. He'll put Jose in, maybe even run, I don't know, Hawkins, even though Hawkins not a ball handler, and we've seen that, but Willie still be giving him the ball like he can ball handle. I don't know what the hell Willie got going on, but I just think he's going to see very highs from Fears, but it's going to be some lows. I mean, he's really going to show how good of a coach Willie is that's going to be able to keep his confidence and keep him engaged in. But Fears feels like he has the right mindset and the right makeup about him, that he's not going to just – he's always been the youngest guy. Like he knows that he's here for a reason. So I'm not expecting him to like turtle up or, Willie, first sign of adversity, Willie yank him and you just never see the kid that you was promised coming out of Oklahoma. I don't think that at all. I think he has the right, he's from Chicago, so he's a tough son of a gun. He's going to be tough. But at the same time, will he be able to, gain that trust from Willie? Not only just gain the trust, but gain enough trust where Willie's actually inserting him as one of the first guys off the bench. Knock on wood, but we all know how the Pelicans going to go. Somebody's going to get hurt. It's the nature of the beast. So somebody gets hurt and he gets a start. I would like to see that. And I think Willie will give him the opportunity to go out there and do that, but it's up to him, and we just have to have time. We have to give him grace. We got to give him time. This kid is young. He's super young and he's a point guard. It's going to take time for him to develop into a real NBA point guard. You see the intangibles of what he can be, but he's going to have to clean the turnovers up. He's going to have to fix that tunnel vision where it's Jeremiah Fears time. All right, it ain't always Jeremiah Fears time. We got a guy with a $100 million contract. We got another guy with a $200 million contract. Get them the ball. And you also got Jordan Poole, who I'm pretty sure is not on a cheap deal. I don't know exactly how much he's being paid, but I highly doubt it's cheap. So we got those guys. Let's get them the ball. All right, you can fit in where you get in. So that's what my expectation for Fears is this season. I expect a lot of highs. I expect some lows. I expect a lot of lows, but it's up to him to go out there and figure it out. But if I had to say anything, I think he will make the all-rookie team. I think he'll get enough burn. I think he has enough character and makeup. Even if the season does go bad, that means that's more playing time for him. So I think he'll make one of the all-rookie teams for sure. He's either got to be first or second team. But let's talk about why you're still probably watching this video, Derik Queen. Everybody's expecting Derik Queen to be probably one of the worst NBA players to ever suit up in the NBA. I mean, the conversation around Derik Queen name is like, how is this guy even a top 10 pick? Well, labeled as top. They don't even know how he even made it to college. Like that's the way how people talk about Derik Queen. I don't understand it at all. I was a Derik Queen truther. I still am a Derik Queen truther. I mean, I want Derik Queen to succeed down there how much I want to succeed at this point. Like that's how much I'm rooting for Derik Queen at this point. But just the conversation around his name, this guy, they don't even know how he's an NBA basketball player. I mean, people talk about Derik Queen like this kid is he's just some goofball sloth that just somehow tricked everybody into becoming a first-round pick in the NBA draft. I mean, they talk about his defense like he is just absolute. He does nothing. He adds no value offensively. He adds no value playing. Derik Queen just adds no value. That is literally the conversation around his name. I can't fathom it, but it's true. I'm not lying. Go look. Go search his name up. Derik Queen. They talk about Derik Queen like he's a legit abominable snowman. Like, or not the Yeti. Like he's a Yeti or something. I cannot explain it. But what I'm expecting from Derik Queen, I'm expecting him to start off slow. I'm expecting that. All right, he's coming from the wrist injury. He's got to, get his. We'll see. I seen him in the gym. He over there taking the team posted a Kobe picture of him basically with the cast on, getting shots up. So I expect Derik Queen to start off slow and slowly get his way going. I mean, he's a slow player, but I don't think he's a human garbage can like how people talk about him. Like he's just some slouch. I don't think Derik Queen's a slouch. Super skilled. Go watch my videos in the past. Y'all know how I feel about Derik Queen. But what I'm expecting from Derik Queen, he's going to have to make the all-rookie team for this trade to work out. He's going to have to play a lot this year. And he's going to have to show that he's a top 10 pick. I'm not going to say the top 5, whatever. He's got to be top 10. He's a number 13 pick. You gave up a pick next year for him. He's got to be top 10. All right, so that's why he has to be on an all-rookie team. That's why I'm expecting him. I'm expecting to start out slow, but I'm expecting him to get his footing underneath him real fast because he's a gamer. He's a hooper. So that's my expectations. You guys let me know your expectations down below out of the rookies, or you can talk about the team. We're going to keep ramping up about the team. We'll keep going. But right now, I just want to start off with the rookies before we really get into the meat and potatoes of what everybody wants to see. Y'all comment down below anything, man. I've been your host of the Mo Jordan Kitchens, man. Thank you for sticking to the end of the video, man. Subscribe to my main channel down below in the description. And I'm signing out. Peace.